Hello, beautiful people. My name is Drew Diorsi, and in today's video, we're going to talk about how to get yourself unstuck and the fastest way to do it so that today can be the day that everything changes. So if you are someone who feels stuck, who feels like you're just kind of going through the motions, doing the same thing day after day, week after week, month after month, never really making progress towards the things that are most important to you, then I want you to know that you are not alone and that there is a real practical solution to this problem. So I encourage you to watch this video all the way through and integrate the things that resonate with you. And if you do that, I can guarantee you massive progress. I can guarantee you that a week from now, you are not going to be stuck. And I feel so confident when I say that because I'm going to ask you in a moment two very important questions that will definitely require some deep thinking, some contemplation. And these questions, although they might sound innocent, are incredibly important and they're paramount to your success because this feeling of being stuck oftentimes is the byproduct of being unclear, lacking clarity with where you want to go. And then from your answers to those questions, I'm going to inspire you to take two practical steps today so that, again, today is the day that everything changes. And we don't put it off for tomorrow. We make today the day that everything changes. And the reason it's going to be so impactful for you, especially if you integrate the things that resonate with you, is because we're taking a very holistic approach to this problem. We're using mind and body. We're going to change your perspective using your mind. We're going to take action using our body, okay? Oftentimes people make the mistake of just focusing on changing their behavior. I just need to take massive action, never changing their perspective, never changing their mindset, only to sabotage themselves a few weeks down the road, a few months down the road. At some point, if you don't change your mind and change your perspective, no matter how much action you take, at some point, you're going to pull yourself back down in alignment with your mindset. It always happens, okay? Or the opposite mistake people make is they just focus on the mindset component, completely neglecting the importance of taking action. So we're going to integrate those two together, fuse them together, to ensure rapid progress, to ensure that you will get yourself unstuck. Today's going to be the fucking day. It's very exciting. So the first question that I want to ask you, and the reason I want to ask you this, is as I alluded to earlier, the reason most people feel unstuck is because they lack clarity. They don't know where they want to go. So let's begin with the question of, what do you not want? I want you to grab a piece of paper, grab a pen, and write down 5 to 15 things that you no longer want. You no longer want to experience these things. You no longer want to tolerate these things. You no longer want to do these things. Okay? And the reason it's helpful to start here is because let's identify what roads we're not going to go down, what paths we're not going to go down. Okay? And once we've identified that, and you've answered the question, what do you not want? Then we just kind of ask ourselves the opposite of that. Well, what do we want? What do we want to begin to experience more of? What do we want to achieve? How do we want to feel? What do we want with our health, with our aesthetics? You can pull from the categories of health. You can pull from the categories of wealth, of career, of relationships, or of whatever resonates with you. And what we're doing here is we're gaining clarity. We're identifying the path unique to us, not unique to me or anybody else, but unique to you. You know what you don't want. You know what you do want. Okay? Although those questions sound incredibly innocent, they sound almost childish, right? people do not spend the time that is needed on those questions, and as a result, they feel stuck. So when you want to get yourself unstuck, let's do the things that will accelerate your progress, such as gaining clarity with what you don't want and what you do want. From there, let's move on to part 2 of this video, where I'm going to encourage you to take immediate action. So step 1, based off of your answers of what don't you want and what you do want, step 1 is begin to live in alignment with what you do want today. Begin that today. We can no longer put it off for tomorrow, for a better time, for when you have more resources, when you have a better opportunity, when things are perfect. You can't do that. You're just going to continue to feel stuck. If you want to change your life, you have to change your life. A huge hang-up people have when it comes to, okay, well, now we actually have to do the thing that we say we want to do. You actually have to do it. You can't just visualize and think about it. You actually have to fucking do it. The reason people don't is because they're afraid of failing, or they're afraid of succeeding, right? Or they're afraid of letting themselves down again. Well, who cares about how many times you let yourself down? Just imagine you have no past. Imagine, just for a moment, that you've never let yourself down, that you don't have any past. I heard something recently that really struck a chord with me, really hit home, and I want to share it with you. It is not your job to manifest your dreams and achieve your goals. That is not your job. But it is your job to merely fulfill your desires. Meaning, do the thing that you want to do today. That is your job. The success, the achievement, the approval, that is none of your concern. All of that is a byproduct of you fulfilling your desire right now. What do you want? All you have to do is fulfill that. That's it. Everything else will take care of itself. And that might sound incredibly vague. It might be like, well, that doesn't make any fucking sense. And it will never make sense to anybody who has yet to experience it. You just have to have the faith. You have to have the faith that it's going to happen. And so you fulfill your desires and everything else will take care of itself. I want to repeat that statement. It is not your job to manifest your dreams and achieve your goals. It is merely your job to fulfill your desires, to take action today, no matter how many times you've let yourself down, but to be radical on choosing to live this life today. And it doesn't have to be anything drastic, right? But you do have to do something. You do have to do something. And the last thing that I'm going to say in this short video, and the reason I'm saving it for last is because if I mentioned it at the very beginning, it would have been taken out of context and you really wouldn't have noticed its importance. Okay, but before I share this with you, there's going to be so many of you who, what I'm about to say, is just going to go through one ear and out the other. But those of you who actually listen, who actually take action on this final piece, your life is going to accelerate at such a fast rate to where you will not recognize yourself a month from now. You won't. It's going to be completely different. I mean, that might be a blown out of proportion statement, but you're going to make insane progress within a month. That's all I'm alluding to here. And the last thing, okay, and if you don't take action on this last thing, a month from now, things are going to look the exact same. Get help. Get help from somebody who is walking the talk. Get help from somebody who you look up to, somebody who's achieving the things that you want to achieve, somebody who's mastered the things that you want to master, somebody who's helped other people achieve the things that you are working towards. Find them, study them, get their help, get their insight, get their presence, and to take action on the things that they instruct you to do. And if you do that, everything fucking changes, okay? The last thing that I will say here is that no matter how many times you failed and have let yourself down, you can make today the fucking day everything changes. Are you going to let yourself down again in the future? Yes, of course. But completely drop it. Let go of the guilt. Let go of the shame. And make today the day that you fulfill your desires. Make this moment the moment that you fulfill your desires. If you are tired of playing the guessing games and you really want to get unstuck, and if you enjoy my videos, I have good news for you. We do have a few spots open in our online coaching program, a comprehensive system that we've created to help you live your best life in your best body. So many people have gone through it. They've experienced incredible transformations from the inside out. They have their own story to share, their own testimonials to rave about. If you want to learn more about the program, more about the results from the people who are just like you, who were stuck and who've broken through, if you want to learn their stories, go to the description, click the link, read the website, watch the videos. If it speaks to you, take immediate action. If it doesn't, take action on the rest of the stuff in this video, and in a month from now, your life is going to be completely different. Thank you so much for watching. I love every single one of you. Please follow this channel and please share this video. Doing so will mean the world to me. Thank you.